In this problem, we're told that the marginal profit for an output of x units is given approximately by the function p prime equals 150 minus 1/10 x. And then it appears that they're going to increase production from 10 units per week to 40 units per week, and we're looking to find how much the total profit would change. Assuming the profit is in dollars here, the number of dollars would be the profit at 40, which would actually be too big, minus the profit at 10. If I had the profit function, this would be the answer. The total profit at 40 minus the total profit at 10 would be the increase in the total profit if we jump from 10 units to 40 units. So I'm after this quantity. If I had the function p of x, then I could use it to do the calculations here. P of x is the antiderivative of p prime, so we could anti-differentiate this. When we do that, however, we get a plus c in the problem, and there's no information here that tells me what the value of c would be. Turns out that's not a major limitation, because this subtraction would take the value out. There would be a plus c on this side and a plus c on this side, so the subtraction, it would fall out. And that's a perfectly fine way to approach this problem. But I can view this in a slightly different way, which removes the need for that knowledge of plus c altogether. This appears to be the result of a fundamental theorem, an integral from 10 to 40 of whatever the derivative of p is. If I had the derivative of p written in here, the integral from 10 to 40 would be, by the fundamental theorem, the antiderivative evaluated at 40 minus the antiderivative evaluated at 10. And since p is the antiderivative of p prime, that's what's going to work for me. I was given the derivative of p, so that is the function that goes in here. It's the marginal profit function, but it's the derivative of the function p, and that's what I need. So I will now just do this calculus problem, and that'll give me this result. So according to the fundamental theorem, I can anti-differentiate this, plug in the two endpoints, and subtract. Antiderivative 150 is 150x. I'll pull out 1/10 out of the way. Antiderivative of x is 1/2 x squared. And then I'll evaluate this at the two endpoints and subtract. Notice we don't need to know what the value of c is to carry out this calculation. Evaluating at 40, I'll have 150 times 40 minus, let's see, 1/10 times 1/2 would be 1/20 times 40 squared. That's what I get when I plug in the upper limit. When I plug in the lower limit, this would be 150 times 10 minus 1/20 times 10 squared, which is 100. And if I calculate these values, I'll let you do the arithmetic, we end up with 4,425. And again, although they didn't say the units on profit was dollars, I